Hey guys, it's Liz here with another video for you, and I am super excited for the video today because I have not seen anything like it on the internet yet. So I did the tea bag trick. I did a video for y'all with the tea bag trick, and it can be a little tricky, and I've heard some people that have had trouble with the tea bag tip, so I wanted to try and come up with an idea, a way to kind of make it a little bit quicker and not so difficult to get that thing to stick on there. So what I have found is just you can use a regular sticker. So, and I have put this on my finger and it has been 5 days now. It's not going anywhere. I feel like this will unlock so many different possibilities as far as nail creation and nail design. So I am super excited about that. Hopefully you are too. So stick around with me and I will show you exactly how to do this. I'm just joking. I'm not gonna make you sit through my intro. I'm super excited and hopefully you are too. So let's just get into it. So I haven't seen this before. That doesn't mean that it hasn't been done before, but I did a little bit of research and didn't see anything like this. But if you have seen something like this before, let me know in the comments where exactly you saw it. So first thing is you do need some stickers. I just got these from the Dollar Tree and these are a little bit thicker and they weren't as sticky, so I'll show you later. They didn't really work as well. I don't think it had to do with the thickness. It had to do more with how sticky the sticker is. So these are a little bit more sticky and they worked a little bit better. These are again from the Dollar Tree, and this particular shape worked really well for a stiletto nail. But I also you can, if you don't have this sticker, you can find a sticker that's bigger and just kind of cut it down into the shape that you want. So I do have a lot of damage that I'm trying to grow out right now. As you can see, a lot of my nails are breaking on me because as they grow out, they just start breaking where that damage is. So I actually have like 5 of these on my nail right now. So this technique definitely does work. I also have this sticker book that I got from Walmart that I'm going to be using, and I use a couple of stickers out of here, but some of these aren't quite as sticky, so I had a little trouble with them. But I think also you just need to prep really good. So what I do to start off with my prep is I wipe down my hands with alcohol. This step just makes sure that all of the oils are off of your hands before you get started, because anything that you touch, if you have oils on your hand, these stickers are not going to want to stick to your natural oils. So doing this and wiping down all of your fingers, not just the top of your nail bed, but all of your fingers, that will just really help to get all of those natural oils off so you don't have any problems with that later. Now I also use a dehydrator on my nails. This step, after the alcohol, might not be necessary for you if you don't have oily nail beds, but I do have very oily nail beds, so I make sure that I use the alcohol and then do the dehydrator as well. I also want to add that you want to also pull your hair back, and anything that you might be touching during this process, you might want to wipe that down with alcohol too, because all of this is pointless if you touch your hair, which has natural oils on it, or anything else that might have oils on it. All of this would be pointless at that point. So I'm going to use these little appointment stickers. I thought that would be kind of funny and to use an appointment sticker for my nail. So I'm just going to put that on there. And obviously if you're using like a lighter color nail dip or a jelly, you're gonna see all of this through, so you want to be conscious of that. Maybe pick something, if you want to see the sticker through it, then pick something that's really cute. I am, however, going to show you how to build your nail using the sticker just with the dip powder, so you will take the sticker off after by sticking it underneath your nail. So if you stick around, I will show you exactly how to do that as well. That way, if you don't want the sticker showing, then you can just do a clear tip. So I cut the sticker down to my nail. You don't have to do it exactly the shape that you want right now. It does save a little bit of time with filing, but just kind of get it close to the shape. You can always file and shape it a little bit later. You just don't want to cut too much off of it. So then you're just going to dip as usual, and I try to form it, but I wouldn't recommend you like messing with it too much, because then you mess with the stickiness of it. So just I would just recommend just like sticking on there and just going ahead and starting to dip with it, because if you mess with it too much, then it's going to start coming off on you, and we don't want any of that. So I am using my Kiara Sky, and I probably should have put it in a cupcake liner. That would have made it a little bit easier for me to dip into it, but I was being a little lazy. But it does work a little bit better if you just lay your finger flat into that dip instead of dipping into it. So you're just going to put that base all over that sticker, just like it was a normal tip, regular tip, or another nail enhancement, and then just dip it in. You can also put a little base on the underside, especially if it's kind of not exactly flat to your finger, and that will help it to adhere a little bit better to the underside as well. So if you've gotten anything out of this video so far, I would really appreciate it if you give it a like. That helps me to get my video out there to other people. And also, if you like this so far, go ahead and give me a comment. Let me know what you think. Yeah, this is my toothbrush that I use for my dusting off. It's kind of embarrassing. It looks really bad, but it works. I actually did replace my toothbrush after this because I was a little embarrassed by it. But now we are getting into my thumb, which I used the other technique that I was talking to you about. Just so I put the sticker on the underside of my nail, and this is the sticker that I was telling you, it did not work. It just wasn't sticky enough, and I did go ahead and like dust off the bottom of my nail and dehydrate the bottom of my nail as well to try and get those natural oils off of there. But I really think that the sticker just was not sticky enough, and I fooled with it for way too long. I should have just abandoned this sticker a long way into this process, but I did try to cut it down. I tried tweezers, but yeah, I mean, I just really think that it just wasn't sticky enough. So I moved on to this sticker, which was a lot stickier. It did not want to like let go of the tweezers when I was doing it. And I cut it down a little bit so I could work with it a little bit easier. But I do want to note that you want to cut this one, especially if you're planning on taking the sticker off afterwards. You want to cut it bigger than your nail. And I cut mine down almost a little bit too much and almost could not get this thing off of my nail. But with this technique, it's better to leave a little bit more or a little bit bigger than your nail. That way it's easier to take off later. And I will show you exactly what I mean in a little while. So now I got this sticker on, so I'm just going to dip as normal, dip as usual. So just putting that base on there, right over the sticker. And I kind of had to pull the base back towards my thumb as well to make sure that I kind of got it up under the nail a little bit. And then I just dipped it in, laying it flat, being very gentle with it because I didn't want it coming off on me. And I I needed to just leave it alone. I just cannot help myself. I just have to touch things. But then you're just going to wait for that to kind of, and I'm using my really terrible looking toothbrush. It's clean, I promise. I clean and sanitize all of my tools pretty much after every time that I dip, but it just looks really bad. The last time I dipped, I used a black dip, so it's kind of stained from that as well. So now we're getting into the second time to dip with both of these, and so I'm going to speed it up for you. I just cannot do a real-time video. I have to speed up everything. So hopefully y'all like that. If you don't, leave me a comment and let me know, and I will do more real-time videos. But I usually fast forward through this myself whenever I watch videos, so I can't stand to sit there and watch myself even in real time. I've got to speed it up. So again, this is the second dip with both of these, and I did try to get it a little bit more on that thumb over the nail, but it still was like unlevel. It was not level. So I just added a little bit more dip. That one looks fine with the sticker, but the one that's underneath, it just kind of creates this hump. So I just, and like I said, you can put some dip underneath that nail if you want to, but I thought it was fine. Why am I fiddling with it so much? Leave it alone. Go to the other nail. We want to see the other nail. What am I doing? I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. Why did I want to cut this out? Okay, I'm activating now. Oh gosh, okay. I'm activating this one because this one is done. There you go. That one's pretty much done. We're gonna file and shape it a little bit after it has some time to set up and harden. Okay, we saw it. Move on. Let it dry. Move on. All right, thank you. We're dusting this one off now. And like I said, I'm gonna add a little bit more dip just to the tip there, just to level it out a little bit more and make that tip a little bit thicker, especially since it's sticking so much further out from the nail. And I am going to remove that sticker, which is part of the strength of it. So I'm gonna add another dip just to the tip there. And you are adding a lot of dip, so I activate the crap out of this. So yeah, that looks a little bit better, a little bit more level. So I'll be able to, once I file and buff, I'll be able to file and buff it a lot smoother. So this other one is dry, so I'm going to show you what that sounds like. So that's what an activated nail should sound like with any dip. When you are, after you activate it, it should sound like that, and that means you are ready to file and buff and on to the next step. All right, so with this one, I activated it, let it dry, and then I'm going to show you exactly how I took the sticker off underneath. And I kind of got lucky because I had a little bit sticking off, so I was able to cut that off and then found a little piece that was sticking out. So I got a little excited. And so coming up is exactly what that sounded like.
It's coming off. Look at that.
Okay, obviously that was sped up, but yeah, I was kind of editing this video and thought that it was pretty funny, so I thought y'all might get a kick out of it too. So yeah, but it came off after that, but this is why it's important to have it a little bit bigger, cut a little bit bigger than your nail. That way you'll have a little bit of that overhang to grab onto to pull it off. And there is a little bit of sticker on the tip. You can use maybe some water to scrub that off after, but I ended up just filing it down so it didn't show. And those two were finished after that. So now I'm just showing you how I did a stiletto tip using that same technique of putting the sticker underneath my nail. So I'm gonna go ahead and let you watch that and come back later with a few things, but this is pretty much the same technique, so I sped it up for you a lot so to try and make it shorter. So if you miss anything or have any questions about anything, just let me know. I really just needed to fix that little chip that you see off of my nail, but I figured I'd just try this out and see how the stiletto nail worked, and it actually turned out really good. I think I want to do, like, for my next mani, do like a whole set of stiletto nails because I liked them so much. I've never really liked the stiletto look until I did it, and then I was like, oh, now I see why everybody likes this because they're really fun. But anyway, I'm gonna shut up and go ahead and let you finish watching this. Oh no, that's okay. I love you too. You just thought I was done talking. But no, that's I left that clip in. That was my husband coming to apologize for coming into my video earlier and messing up my video. And he messed up this one. But anyway, I do voiceovers anyway, so I was just like, whatever. Not a big deal. But yeah, in case you were wondering why I have to do voiceovers, it's stuff like that I have to do voiceovers, because nobody leaves me alone when I am doing my nails. So during this process, I did get a little bit on my hand, but as you can see, I just kind of like take a file and just file it off, and that seemed to work pretty well. Now I'm going to activate the crap out of it. Again, you want to make sure that you use a lot of activator during this process, especially this one. I built up my nail a lot, so it was really thick, so I activated it like 3 times. And then once it was pretty much a little bit dry, I didn't wait too long. You can start peeling off that sticker. And again, you can see I used a lot on the side of my nail to make sure that I could pull it off pretty easily. And that works out really well for that. And this one looks like so crazy, but I just used a pair of scissors, and I got these little scissors from the Dollar Tree. Their craft corner is like great. And oh yep, I'm waiting for this to dry. It takes forever sometimes. So I'm eating a maple bacon donut. If you've never tried one, you really should. They're delicious. And yeah, now it's pretty much done and ready to file. So I feel like I still have a lot to learn when filing and shaping, but some of the tips or tricks that I use is just looking at the nail in every direction while I'm filing, and kind of using my finger to just kind of rub on the surface of my nail to see if I can feel any bumps while I'm filing to make sure that it's nice and smooth. So there is my finished nail, and it was pretty strong, and here it is again, the sound. So that first one, and you might want to go back and listen to it again, that first one, it wasn't quite dry enough, and then that second one was what you want it to sound like whenever it is finished drying. So here is my finished stiletto nail, and I really feel like you could probably, it's pretty strong enough, you could get it pretty long with that technique. So the rest of this video is just kind of showing you how you can use this to create different nail art. So the first one that I'm using is kind of just a decorative piece to create kind of a French tip, so to speak, with the sticker. And then the second one, I did a really crazy butterfly nail tip. So if you like stuff like that, like the little really creative crazy nails, then you can use all kinds of stickers. You could use character stickers, you could use flower stickers, and really get creative with it. Now this first decorative sticker that I used did not work out. What I think happened was that I've already got some dip powder on my nails, and it wasn't buffed up enough or roughed up enough. It was too smooth for that sticker to stick on there, because once I kind of filed it a little bit, and again, this is not my natural nail, this is clear dip powder on my nail, but once I went back and kind of filed it a little bit to kind of rough it up a little bit, to give that sticker something to stick onto, it did a lot better. So both of these nail art stickers, I did put a little of the base underneath as well, just to thicken it up and make it a little bit more flush with my nail. So again, if you got anything out of this video, make sure that you give it a like. If it gave you any ideas, comment below. Let me know what your ideas are, what you plan on doing with these techniques. I'd like to know what y'all are doing. And if you do use this technique, if you would tag me in it or give me a little credit, send people my way so that I can keep doing videos like that. Just little things like that will help me to continue to do these videos for you so that you can get even more cool ideas. So we are just about ready, and again, I am activating the crap out of this and cutting it down a little bit because for my personal preference, I just like it to look clean and nice. So I do a lot of filing and shaping, and my cuticle nippers or clippers, whatever you want to call them, if you notice, they are a little rusty, but that is okay. Rust is not a bad thing. Just as long as your tools are sanitized and disinfected, they are fine, because rust is not a problem. It's usually the bacteria that goes with it that will cause tetanus. But if it does bother you and you are using these on other people, you definitely don't want them to see rust on your products. So you can just use a little steel wool to get that off of your tools. So these are about done. I'm just doing a little bit more shaping and activating the crap out of them. But there you are. These are the finished products for you. So I added a little bit of gold polish to finish off this butterfly nail, and I added a little bit of gold tape to finish off the French tip, and I really enjoyed making this video and experimenting for you, and I hope you enjoyed watching it, and I hope that you use this tip and this technique. If you do, let me know, comment below, and as always, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.